So with the S&P 500, the Dow Jones Industrial, and the NASDAQ all reaching new all-time highs, you can bet that I'm definitely starting to dial back my investments a little bit. What's up, you guys? My name is Mateo Hall, and if you don't know, I host this channel on YouTube, which it shows that 2 out of every 3 of you guys watching aren't subscribed, so if you would so kindly hit that red button down. Oh, thank you so much. Now let's get started right into the video of why I'm cutting back my investments, and it's probably not for the reason that you think it is. So all in all, my stock portfolio on Robinhood is up right around 9% right now for the 6 months that I've had, which I'm really happy about. I'm glad that I've been able to make the returns that I have had so far, and I am still investing my said $20 in VOO, $20 in VTI, and $20 in BUG every single day. But what I used to be doing was investing $500 a week, so why am I cutting back on it so much? Well, several reasons. Reason number one, the reason that my checks were so large, only making $14 an hour, is because I deferred all of my income tax until 2021, meaning that I wasn't having any income tax coming out of my checks. The amount of money that I made in the first half of the year should cover me for taxes for all of 2020. If not, then that's going to be a big mistake that's going to hurt my wallet come April of 2021. One of the reasons that you guys might be thinking that I'm stopping my investment is because the market is getting so expensive right now. Which, yeah, my average cost into all of the index funds that I'm investing in is way lower than they're actually priced at right now. Which means I'd be buying in at a premium if I were to buy right now, as opposed to if I were to wait until the market drops. But the question is it going to? I don't consider myself an expert in the stock market by any means of the imagination. That's why I'm investing in index funds, because those are something that you can count on. They're old, reliable. It's something you could just set it and forget it. And right now, that's just somewhere that I'm looking to park my money until I can buy my first rental property, because that's something that I will be an expert in. And with these index funds being priced so high right now, I'm not sure that I really want to buy into them at this premium price. If the market does end up crashing, then I would have spent all of this money for nothing. But if it doesn't, then we'll just keep going higher and higher, which...
the stock market only goes up. I mean, just look at Tesla.
Ooh, I really hope that's not dated by the time I post this. Tesla to the moon! So I've been investing the bare minimum that I said that I was going to be investing every single day still, but I haven't been putting anything extra in, so I'm sitting on about $1,000 in cash just in my brokerage account right now. I don't know where to put it. I have started to experiment recently, putting 5% of my portfolio completely and utterly blindly into what Meet Kevin says, and we're gonna see how well that does. I'm considering that as something more fun money. This isn't something that I'm really worried about if I lose too much of it. It's a couple $100, which if I lose it, that's unfortunate. I think it's a fun experiment because I get to have a little bit more control over where my money goes. If one stock's really far down and another one's really high up, then I'm gonna buy the one that's down because Meet Kevin says it's a good stock, therefore it has to be. And if I lose this money, oh well, so what? It's something fun to do. It's not something that I'm really banking my retirement on. So I have that $1,000 in my brokerage account right now, but other than that, I don't plan on adding too much more to it anytime soon. And here's why I actually won't be putting too much more money in the market in the next couple months, bar some really big shifts in our market. So as many of you know, I began the journey of looking for a place to move out to from my parents' house and actually live on my own relatively soon in the next 2 to 3 months, let's say. I've got boxes of stuff to prove that I've actually been buying things to prepare for moving out. Granted, I haven't even bought any big ticket items like, I don't know, a couch yet, and things are starting to add up really, really quickly. Buying things like a toaster, microwave, silverware, and plates really starts to chip away at how much money I actually thought that I had in my budget. This makes things really difficult, especially the fact that I don't want to go over my $200 a month budget. If you haven't seen that video already, check out this card right here, and you'll see how I just don't like spending money. Granted, I do have the confession to make that lifestyle inflation has got the best of me, and I'm now spending $300 a month. that, I apologize. But that's not all. On top of buying all of these things, getting ready to move out, I also have to take into effect that when I move out, I want a hefty savings account. My emergency fund right now is just around $500 just because, well, I don't need that much money for anything. To save up for 3 months of an emergency right now, I need 3 car insurance payments as well as my agent fees as a real estate agent, and that's it. Granted, that is slightly more than $500 now, so I should kick that up just a little bit anyways, but once I move into an apartment that costs me $900, $1,000 a month, that's gonna be an additional $3,000 right there, over quadrupling what I already have. So I think that moving out right now without an emergency fund whatsoever would be a terrible idea. So I need to take some of that money that I was putting in my investments and shift it on over to a high interest savings account so that I can actually have that money liquid, easy to access in case of an emergency. Because I don't want to be that guy with only $500 when a tire blows out and that goes through my entire emergency fund. Things can get really bad really fast. Especially if Jack makes me quit my job here in just a couple days. If you don't know what that's a reference to, check out the comments in my last video where Jack from the Iced Coffee Hour commented saying how he was gonna get me over 1,000 subscribers, which is terrifying to even think about. But at the same time, I am super excited to see if and when it happens. Honestly, as a real estate agent, I should probably have slightly more than 3 months in an emergency fund because everything's based off of commission and I don't know when I will make my next check. I was making my goals as a real estate agent the other day and I'm shooting for $100,000 net in all of 2021. So we'll see how well that works out. I'll keep you guys updated on how everything's going with that. So I guess the long and short of everything is, no, I'm not cutting back my investments just because these headlines of how stock market reaching new all-time high. Because if you stop investing just because the stock market is at a new all-time high, you're never going to be making any more money. Since it's at all-time high, if you were buying in before, that means you would be at a new all-time high with your return on investment. So I'm still buying in with my $20 on each index fund every single day. I'm not stopping that anytime soon. I will always make sure that I at least have $60 that I can put into the market every day. Whether that mean that I have to work some shifts over at DoorDash to make a quick buck, or I'm able to hold on to that extra 1,000 that I just have sitting in my brokerage account right now. Either way, dollar cost averaging into the market, if you have the money to, you should always be doing. Oh, and also, I'm not really selling my stocks right now either, just because they're at a new all-time high, because we were at an all-time high for almost a decade coming out of the 2007-2011 crash. What I am doing right now, however, just recently is AT&T was soaring up to a grand total of $30.50. Was trimming my position on AT&T because for some reason me at 18 years old was buying a retirement stock just because it looked nice. I still have about 50 shares of it right now that I'm trying to wiggle out of ever so slowly because I am in the green on it again. I also want to make like a small profit on it, so I'm not in any rush to get rid of them, but at the same time, I want to get rid of AT&T relatively quickly. Another little update is that I put around $400 into buying a share of Tesla before it shot right up to the moon, which it's over $600 right now, and I did end up selling just because I was terrified of holding that in a long-term position right around 590. I know, another stupid decision. I'll make an entire video on that if you guys want me to. But again, I'm here to make mistakes so you guys don't have to. If you guys want to see a more in-depth breakdown of my stock portfolio and what I've been doing with that, make sure to leave a comment down below. And if you haven't already, smash the like button on this video because it helps out the channel ever so greatly. We're still shooting for that 1,000 subscribers by February, and if we're able to get monetized by February, then I'm going to be quitting my 9-to-5 job, uploading 3 times a week, and focusing more on YouTube and real estate for you guys. But if you haven't already gotten started investing, remember to check the description down below. You can get several free stocks with Webull just by depositing $100. It's a 21% return, and you get to keep your $100. It's insane. Why wouldn't you do it? If you have $100 sitting around, go click that link right now. But if you don't have $100, then sign up for Robinhood. Just by signing up for an account with the platform, you could get an entirely free stock. Also, if you don't have $100, you could sign up for a Discover card. It gives you a free $50 credit just for signing up for the card. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time when soon we're going to talk about why I just spent over $3,700. Yeah, it hurts me too, don't worry. I'll see you guys around until we continue our financial journeys.